Hi, this is Emily Islanian with TV Insider, and I am sitting here with the cast and EP of Castle Rock.
Woo.
Now, Lizzy,
I like this.
I wanted to start and talk about Annie really quick. She is such an odd duck. She's got like these phrases that I love and this funny walk, and she's just so different. What do you do to get into character?
Well, I walk funny. And I say weird things.
It's fair.
And then it just all falls into place. Yeah, it's, the world that we built, that Dusty built for us is so bonkers and crazy and out there that it's pretty easy to slip into character on Castle Rock. Wouldn't you say?
I would definitely say so.
Yusra?
I agree.
Thank you. Now, this season is kind of crazy. Annie and Joy get waylaid in Castle Rock. Right in the first episode, we see them kind of stuck there. But for Joy, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Right, Elsie?
Joy's lived with Annie her whole life because Annie's her mommy. And, she thought a lot of things were normal. And then she comes to Castle Rock and her suspicions of being not normal have been a little confirmed. And her story, and her part in the show is kind of just trying to be herself and do her thing. And her mom just doesn't want to let her grow up.
Parents just don't understand.
Exactly. Now, Paul and Matthew, the dynamic of the Merrill brothers, can you tease a little bit about how these two interact, how they feel about each other, how they feel about their father, who is kind of the crime boss of Castle Rock?
I think their history and their story together, Pop is actually their uncle.
Oh, yes.
And he's
Yes.
adopted them. So they've, each other is kind of the only thing they had for a long time. So that's deep rooted. But Chris is more of the, I would say, well-intentioned brother. He's anchored by his family. And then Ace is...
He's passionate. He loves his family very much, and he wishes that they would just do the things that he wants them to do. And they don't. They don't listen to him.
And those that don't hear must feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got lots of good ideas about how things ought to go. No, I play Ace Merrill. I love this character and this family. The family is even more kind of complicated because they have these two adopted brother and sister
Yes.
that Yusra and Barkhad play that are,
You can just say it. It's
Ace
okay.
has some big feelings about
feelings.
about having to share with. I have a 5-year-old, so that's how I talk every day.
I do want to talk about the Omars. The dynamic between this brother and sister, it's nice. I mean, they're both coming from different point of views, very, very different. I've seen the first episode. It was wonderful. And they're both very, very different. Could you just tease a little bit about what they're all about?
Well, I'm going to be playing Abdi Holwadag and adopted by Pop
Yes.
and don't like to get bullied.
No. don't
Yeah,
like
so
that.
when Ace tried to bully him, he won't take it.
Yeah.
So
Puts me down on
that's
that.
what happened.
I love my brother very much.
Yes.
And she grew up with these boys, and I think she's the sanest one out of the family, I think.
Definitely.
And I think she tries to use her logic and rational thinking, being a doctor and all these things to work out what's going on. And I think she's just constantly trying to help people and constantly just trying to work out why the family dynamics are what they are. And I think we're a dysfunctional family, right? A bit normal, but times 10 in a very weird way. And they also have a thing, but that's a completely different world. You'll have to wait for the other
I
episodes.
don't know about that thing. All right.
Yeah.
There's many things.
There's many things.
A lot of things.
There's a lot of things, yeah.
Well, I was hoping Dustin could tell me about some of those things.
Talk about the things. Talk about the things.
Season 2, we will still see some characters from season 1 maybe wandering around in the background, maybe
Will
the
we?
foreground.
It's just you're gonna see Andre Holland. He just crosses through a bunch of different shots. You never know
Yeah.
when you're going to expect him. When we started this, it was always with the idea that we were going to have this kind of interweaving story and that we were going to do an anthology, and each season would start with a new group of characters, and then eventually you might bump up against some familiar faces. You might pick up a thread or a strand in an unexpected way. And so that was always the goal. I think that, over whether it's 2 seasons or 5 seasons, I think fans can expect to see some storylines that they maybe liked from previous seasons.
Okay, I like that. Can you tease any upcoming King references that maybe we don't already know about?
One of the biggest questions with the King references this season was Annie's backstory and sort of understanding not just where we find her at the beginning of this season, but also what came before that. And so I think that fans, in particular, number 1 fans, will be intrigued by some of the early things that happened in Annie's life.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see it. Season 2 of Castle Rock comes when? October 20th.
On Hulu.
Only on Hulu.
Thank you guys so much.